Hello everyone. In this Power BI session, we will discuss about date and time functions and we will see some of the examples in by performing in Power BI desktop. So let's first see what is date and time functions. We may perform calculation based on the date and times in Power BI with the help of these utilities. There are many DAX functions are available that are comparable to the date and time operations in Excel. Also, in the other hand, DAX functions can accept values from a column as an argument and use a datetime data type. So next we will discuss about the functions. So our first function is the calendar functions. These functions will create a table with one column labeled date containing continuous sequence of data spanning from a given start date to the specified end date, including both the endpoints. So this is the syntax of the calendar. This accepts two parameters. The first parameter will be the start date and the second parameter will be the end date. This is the example of calendar function. Now let's see how we can do this. So for this we will navigate to the Power BI desktop. So here I have created the table as a calendar functions only gives the output in the table, so we can use this function in a table. So here I have created a new table. By use this new table feature, now add this function, like I have provided the first date and the last date saved in the date. If I will run this code, then I will get some output like this. Like it is a series of dates starting from 1/3/2024 to 34/2024, because my last date is 34/2024. Now next move forward and see the next functions in date and time function. So our next date and time function is the calendar auto function. This function will generate a table consisting of a single column labeled date containing a consecutive sequence of dates automatically determined from the model's data. Model's data is nothing but in your model, let's say you have loaded the Excel dataset, that is the sales data, which contains order date. Based on the order date, it will automatically determine the sequence of date and it will auto populate in the table. So now let's see how we can do this. For this, we will navigate to the Power BI desktop. Before that, you just mark on the syntax. So this is the syntax and this is the example of a calendar auto function. Let's move on and see. So this is the calendar auto function. Here I have just passed the calendar auto function in the calendar auto date table name. So this is a table. Similar way, I have click on this new table and in the formula box I have written this formula and it returns me this table based on the model table 1, which contains the date purchase and date last modified date. Based on this, it populates this automatic date column in the calendar auto date table. So the next is the date function. It is used to get the specified date in the date format. And the syntax is date contains three parameters. First parameter will be the year and the second parameter will be the month and the third parameter will be the date. Here you can see the example of the date function. Now let's see how we can do this in Power BI. So to do this, we just simply create just create a date measure equal to, let's write date. First parameter will be year. So you just pass the year, comma. Then you just pass the month, that is 03. Let's pass the day as 21. So it will return 21/3/2024. Now I will add this date function or remove this one and just add this function and you can see it returns 21/3, also the time 21/3/2024 000, because we didn't provide any idea because it is showing, because here the format is this one, that's why. Let's take something like this. So now you can see it is 21 March 2024. Next is the DATEDIFF function. This function finds the difference between the two dates and returns the number of interval boundaries between these two dates. So here you can see the syntax of the DATEDIFF functions. That is date 1 and date 2 we have passed, and and also we provide the interval like day, month, or year you need to get. By using this syntax, I have given an example, that is last modified minus purchased is equal to date diff. Table 1 will provide the first date purchased date, comma, date table 1 last modified date, and the interval I have given as day. So now let's see how we can do this example. So for this we will navigate to the Power BI. So now in the formula box you can see the similar formula which I have mentioned in the PPT. So you can see here the date diff functions. I have passed the two dates, and these dates are from these columns like date purchased and date modified, and I return the day. So if I will go to the table, it is a new table function. Now let's click on this. So here you can see the table column. So it is the new column calculation. So I have done this one using new column calculation. By clicking on this, it will open one formula box, and in that formula box I have written this formula and just commit it, and I got the result like this. Basically it is minusing 21 March 2024 minus 18 March 2024, it is returning 3. If I will change the day to year, you can see these are the intervals we can choose. If I will select year and I will commit it, then you can see it will show you 0 because 2024 minus 2024 will be 0. And if I will select, let's say month, it will return somewhere 0 and somewhere 1 because April minus March, it will come as 1. So this is how it will work. Date function will work. Now let's move to our next function. So our next function is day function. So day function is used to get the day of the month, that is in number from 1 to 31. And the syntax of the day function is you need to provide one parameter, that is date, and to get the day from the current date you can provide the UTC today. So this is how we can use the day function. Now let's see how we can do this in Power BI. So how we can do this in Power BI, now let's see. So here I will create new measure. Okay. So here I will current day, just write current day equal to day of UTC now, and I will enclose the bracket, and I will use this function. So here you can see that today is 21, it is showing current day is 21. Similarly, we can do for month also. For month function is used to get the month of the date, that is from 1 to 12, that is January to December, and you need to provide the date and time for the month. To get the month number from date, pass this date and you will get the month of the date. So I will create one new measure for month to get the current month. Okay, so write current month and I will click on equal, and I will pass the date. So I will pass the date as UTC now function, and I will commit. Now I will use the current month. So current month is March and it is 3. So here you can see the output of the current month. Next we can check the quarter by using the quarter function. It will get the quarter as a number, that is 1 to 4. For example, if you are in the quarter 1, then it will be January to March. Second quarter, then it will be April to June. Similarly, if you in the last quarter, then it will be October to December, that will be the 4. So in a year, we have 4 quarter. By passing the date, you can get the quarter number. Now let's check the current quarter by passing the current date. So for this, I will create one new measure and I will write current quarter equal to quarter quarter and pass the current date as UTC, close the bar bracket and click on enter. And now we will display the output. So for this, we will remove it and we will select the current quarter measure. And you can see the current quarter is 1 because it is March month. So first quarter it is going on. Now you can see the hour function. To get the hour from the particular time or date and time, you can see and 0 is for 12 a.m. and it is a 24-hour clock. So 0 to 23, like 12 a.m. to 11 p.m. You can get the hour from by passing the date and time. Create a new measure. Once you create a measure, we need to get the current hour. So for this, we will write current hour and we will equal to, we need to provide the hour function and then we will pass the date and time, or else you can provide the time only. So here I will provide the date and time and I will commit the formula and I will use this formula in the card visual. So here you can see the current hour is 12. Now next we will see how to get the minutes from the date and time. So as we know, we have 60 minutes. So it will start from 0 to 59. To get the minute, you can pass the date and time inside the minute function. To get the current minute, we will create a measure current minute equal to minute and I will pass UTC now. Now I will use this measure in the card visual. So you can see it is 54 minutes. And to get the second from the date and time, you can pass the date and time inside the second function. So for this, I will create one new measure. I will write current second and I will click on equal and I will write second function and I will pass the date and time UTC now and I will close the bracket and I will commit the formula. Now I will use this one. So here you can see the current second is 52 second. Next, you can also create time function like the date function. By passing the hour, minute and second to the time function, it will return the time. So now let's see how we can use this function in Power BI. So we will create a new measure and I will write time equal to time and first we need to provide the hour. So hour will be 0 to 23. So we will pass let's say 12 comma minute we will pass 34 comma second will be 45. So I will click commit the formula. Now I will use this formula to show the output. So you can see it is showing the date and time as well. So you can pass the date also. By default, it is taking 30, 12, 18, 99 and the time we have passed. Next, we will discuss about the now function. This function is used to get the current date and time in the date time format. And for example, the syntax of now function is the now you can see here. And the example, so for example, you want to get the previous date and previous day date and time, then you can provide -1. It will return the previous day date and time. Now let's see how we can use this function in Power BI. So here we will create a new measure. For example, I will calculate the previous day First, I will show you the current day. So I will use the now function. Let's use this function in card visual and you can see the current date and time. And let's say I need the previous day, I will provide -1 and I will commit the formula. And you can see this is the previous day. And if I will remove the -1, you can see it is today's date. So by using the today function, we can get the current date. It return the current date time. And if you want to calculate the age of a person, then provide the age of the person after minus, you will get the current age of the person. To use the today function, just click on the new measure and write current age equal to today minus, for example, the person get born on 1998. Okay, I will convert this to here and I will commit the formula. And you can see the current age of the person is 226. If I will increase the 1997 and I will click on enter, the current age is 27. Now to get the current UTC date and time, we can use the UTCNOW function, which I am using from the starting. So now let's see how we can use this function. For this, we will navigate to the Power BI desktop. So here we will write current date time equal to UTC now and I will click on enter and I will remove this one and I will use this. So this will also return the same answer, but it is in UTC format. If you want to format the date and time, then you can use the format function. Next is the UTC today function. This functions return the current UTC date. So a syntax of the UTC today you can see here and the example of the UTC today. For example, we will use UTC today. So I will pass the UTC today function and I will commit this measure and you can see it will also provide the current date. Now this function will return a number from 1 to 7 identifying the date of the week of date. By default the day ranges from 1 to 7. If it is 1 then it will be Sunday and to 7 it will be Saturday. So now in weekday we can pass two parameter, that is date and the return type. So now let's see how we can get the weekday equal to weekday and pass the current, let's say I will pass today function and I will comma and here you can see if it is I'm hovering over the 1, so it is showing Sunday 1 through Saturday 7. If I will next, it will be the Monday is equal to 1, then Sunday will be the 7, then Monday is equal to 0 and the Sunday is equal to 6. How your calendar will work for you, you can choose it from here. I will select 1 and I will commit the measure. Now I will use this measure in the card to show you the output. So here you can see it is the 5th weekday because mine is starting from Sunday and today is Thursday. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So it is 5. It is correct. Next, we will calculate the WEEKNUM function. This function tells us which week of the year a given date falls into. So there are two systems. So in the first system, the week 1 starts with January 1 and in the second system, the week 1 start with the first Thursday of the year following ISO 8601, that is the European week number system. So in the European week number system, week 1 starts from the Thursday. And you can see the WEEKNUM function accepts two parameters, that is date and the return type. Now let's see how we can calculate the WEEKNUM. So for this, I will create a new measure. Here I will write WEEKNUM equal to WEEKNUM function, and I will pass the date as today, and the return type will be, here you can see the week begins on Sunday. If I will hover over 1, and if I will select 11, the week begins on Monday. In the 12, week begins on Tuesday. 13, week begins on Wednesday. And 14, week begins on. So here you can see all this. Week begins on Thursday. Week begins on Friday. Week begins similarly. If I will go to 21, you can see based on the European week number system, the week begins on Monday. So I will click on 1 and I will enclose the bracket and I will commit the formula. Okay, it is already there. I close. Let's use something else. Current week name. So now I will remove the weekday from method from the card visual and I will add current week name. So our current week name is 12. Next, we will see what is year function. This year function is used to get the year from the date and it returns the 4-digit integer, that is, for example, in the range from 1990 to 999, 9999, and here function accepts the date and you will get the year from that date. So here we will create a new measure, year equal to, and we will select the year function. Here I will provide the today function and I will pass it, and today's year is 2024. It will return. I will select the card visual and I will remove this one, and I will select the year, and you can see current year is 2024. Next, we will talk about net workdays functions. This functions calculates the total number of workdays between two given dates, including both the start date and end date. It allows us to specify which days of the week are considered weekends and also account for holidays, ensuring they are not counted for workdays. So in the network days, we can pass four parameters, that is start date, end date, and you can pass the weekend and the holidays. So next is the working days. So you can see here the network days and pass the date, and here we are passing the start date and end date and the weekend. Before I will show you the example, I will show you something you need to remember. So here you can see the weekend one or omitted. If you provide one, or if you will not provide anything, then it will take us Saturday, Sunday will be the weekend. If you will pass two, it will take us Sunday and Monday. If you will pass three, Monday and Tuesday. Similarly, you can pass the holiday in the form of a table. Okay, if you will create a table which contains all your holiday days and you can pass over there. It is this both these columns are the optional column. You can pass or won't pass, that up to you. But the to calculate the net working days, you need to pass the weekend and holidays as well. So now let's see how we can use this formula. So for this, I will click on new column. Basically, I have already created this formula. So this is the formula that will calculate the working days, and I have passed one. So it will take Saturday, Sunday as a weekend. And if you want to pass the holidays, then you have the holiday table. So it will accept only the tables that having the holidays date. So here I will not pass the holiday. So I will remove this one. I will pass this much. And now if I will remove the year and I will use this working days, and you can see there are 7 working days. If I will open my calendar, you can see I have passed 17. So 17 is Sunday, so it is omitted. And 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 5. And 25, 26 is the 7. So we have 5 plus 2, 7 working days. So that's all for today. We will see you on next video. Thank you so much.